fair amount of dive from LNG. Typically, you'd think an Ornn would be front to back. Hey, Frogs, how's it going? Hey, Elliot. And welcome to all the regulars in all of our other streams. Aki, yeah, no, Aki's gone for the standard build. Typically, your first back of the game for an AD skirmisher has been Longsword, Ruby Crystal, and a Control Ward. Helps you get onto that pretty quickly with a pretty decent amount of threat. Pillar will force the flash after Feather managed to land the combo. Good wave. You have the soul of TT that they used to have when they had Yukal, when they had Beichuan. Aki's occasionally been playing well, but largely this team has been just more and more 1xN favored, centric across the split. Aki, speaking of him, will take that first dragon of the game. TT not contested on that one. Equalizer thrown in from Hoya. He gets a good trade here. He gets, hang on a second, the overheat is a little nasty, that, but he's turned around by the Ornn ultimate call. The Forge Guard comes in. Another Flame Splitter coming through. Aki and Xiaofeng on the bottom side of the map. You see that the Wukong can hop over that pillar. Junglers nullifying. The G in LNG does stand for Glacial sometimes. Grub's started by TT. Perhaps they're looking to thaw this game out a little. Jump forwards onto the Alistar. No ult from the supports just yet. That means that Alistar is very, very squishy. The Cyclone keeps rolling. But I think the wins are going to be stifled a little. TT take a 1-for-1, but by taking the enemy smite, they'll be able to get all 3 Grub. More like charged chatting. I can't think of anything more electric-related stuff right now. Actually, I probably could. Hang on a second. Oh, you've left your AD carry. It's got. Oh my god, he has to flash. Aki going to be chomping down on this one. Is there going to be a contest? If there is, well, Hoy's going to be in a great place for it. Zuka teleporting in now a little bit later. He might not be here for the initial play. Here comes Ovo. Where is that smite? It's coming through. Taken by the Wukong, and the kill comes through onto Rakan in return. 1 for Dragon as it stands. Haichao has resets, though, threatening. Gets another one. Haichao has another one to bring into the play if he wants to. He needs to not get through that minefield. Does he have another charge? Yes, he does. Where's the charm? Where's the charm? Fish 1 getting more damage down. Charm lands. Does he have another reset? Yes, to do. 3-man Ari ultimate. Another charge coming through. More resets on the board. Haichao has another one, and it's coming through. Oh my god, it's a pentakill in the early game on Faker's Ari skin. Haichao cleans up all 5. They could play patience while Ari's ult is going. That would be very entertaining. Just a little patience. Tower going down, Howl going down at the same time. A trade of objectives. Huge amounts of kills. It typically is 1xN because he is the core of this comp. But I don't know. You just gave a penta. TT would have loved to get themselves the second dragon. That they gave up not just the penta, but also the kill as well. Now I'm wondering what the earliest penta in pro game is. We've seen some XN play is much better than many in the league. Feather's also pretty good too. Aki, I think he's mid-table, right? I don't think their solo laners are necessarily better than their opponents here. Zuka probably, hang on, jumping forwards again. That's the equalizer. Not bad there, but here comes the penta killing. Ari gets a first kill already. That's a 7th for him. He can keep walking forwards. Remember, he still has that Leandries. Keeps ticking. If they get another kill, they get another reset. There you go. Another one there. Potentially even with the ult flash for a charm. Could go for it. Choosing not to. Another couple of kills over to LNG. Another kill over to Haichao. He's got... Folks, Haichao himself almost has a kill every 2 minutes as a single champion. Teleport to mid lane now. Setup fails to get that flick out of the brush. Hang on, Setup might have just died here. What is it with teleporting away from someone who's in danger? If they get any kind of damage onto him, chance of kill afterwards. Q comes through, the burn starts to tick, and the W takes him down, and an 8th kill for the Ari. My man, get yourself a frickin' Magi's. Where is your Magi's? If he had a Magi's right now, he'd have himself, what, 18 stacks? 19 either with an extra assist? My dude, there is a book being waiting for you to check it out in your local library. Mid lane out of turret taken by LNG. So we do that mean that in the Death Note sense. Light reading material. It's funny, trust me. Seekers will make it a lot easier to play around it. Ari roaming down the river now, but they won't need him this time. Setup taken way off, of course. Flash in for a not great ult, actually, from Zuka. There's an ult again. 2 ults charges used by Haichao. Starting to get that burn rolling. This time he ults a little bit early. More in there as well. So much damage between the carries and so much distance to do it from. There'll be another 2 kills going down. Feather lucky to make it out with his life. Oh, Vo taking a ton of damage, though, on the back end. Can't blame 1xN for the amount of damage he's putting out. Does Medjai's have pictures in it? Won't buy it if it doesn't have pictures. Yeah, it actually has, you know, it's like a sepia grayed out picture of all of your victims. That's gotten started up now. And with a number of people dead from TT, there won't even sign a Medjai's Soul Stealer as I walk around like Comic-Con. Objective bounty taken by Hoya in a very long-term committed relationship. It would be very funny. Oh, God. Ugh. Dragon now available. Goddamn, I'm honestly just looking down at Haichao's inventory thinking you are throwing away snowballing potential. Ornn coming through with the ultimate now. 2-man knockup. Fed over once again on a great flank angle. Haichao will get himself another kill participation. Another couple. I'm not sure that ult was needed actually. Again, Ahri is going to absolutely destroy them. One does not have flash. Another charm could potentially kill Haichao using that Seekers now. Feather goes down on the other side. Haichao making good use of that Seekers, and this fight will fund him through to his active. I think that Zuka, Ovo, Xiaofeng have been a triple engage core, which have worked very, very well in this game. They'll take themselves a bot lane inner turret as well. Reminder, they gave up all grubs earlier this game, but don't really give. She's so damn good at using it. He doesn't need your free gold. He doesn't need those handouts. That's fair. That's fair. Maybe you should get like a Guardian Angel at the same time, you know, just really make sure he doesn't die. Although, his W is cancelled. He doesn't have flash. No one is around for his E. Great Capilla coming out. Quadruple knockup though from Zuka. Hang on a second. That's a subjugate onto the Ornn. You're not that tanky now. Haichao has jumped in with the Zhonya's and he has his ult running. Resets coming through again. That's a number of kills. Oh, it's popping off again. Haichao has been an assassin well and truly. Setup has a flash. He won't need to use it. Well, I say won't need to. It wouldn't have made a difference. Goes down for his 4th death of the game. 12-0. LNG have drafted. We did say that both teams are quite aggressive with the way that they played. They drafted in their comps, and we have seen that well and truly from LNG. TT have not had the ability to go defensive on the other side. They're going to wait for the respawn rather from Zuka. It'll be a 5-man Baron. As it's taken down by Xiaofeng. Smite. Zuka upgrading someone else with the Ahri again. And maybe the logic is Ahri is so fed they don't need the extra stats. He's 5,000 gold individually ahead. Cyclone coming forwards. And Feather and Arkeep, yep, they're not surviving this one. Haichao will jump into the brush. Damage coming through from the Chomp onto in the subjugate. Don't think it's going to be that much of a subjugation, though. It's capitulation instead. Another kill for the Ahri. Yeah, that one Patrick Star mode. Just another kill for Ahri. 13-0-5! What the hell? What the hell? They might even look to end the game here. Yet they could genuinely find a game-ending fight right now. You know, there's 2 dead from TT. They'll walk up and clear the inhibitor turret. Oh, okay, not quite. Of course, they do have the Baron buff. Ahri taking the inner turret on the top side. Hey, Mecha. Welcome back. 20 stream streak. You missed an Ahri pentakill. Yeah. You missed like a 7-minute Ahri pentakill around first dragon of the game. Ridiculous. Ridiculous stuff. 3-lane push. From TT. Could be, from LNG, could be possible here. Could walk in towards that bot side. Setup currently clearing it. Double inhibitors being threatened. TT, do you have an engage? No. Feather could flash combo, but he doesn't have an ultimate, so he'd probably die on the entry to it. LG could end on this push. They're currently 5,000 power play up, ult onto the Ahri. Does he have Zhonya's? Does he need it? Taking some damage down. Doing quite low, but the reset's coming through. Give him a ton of HP from his passive. He'll recall, teleport back in. This will be the game. It'll be before 28 minutes. This should be the game. Haichao can teleport back in. He might even still have an ult charge left, but he comes in, and now he gets the Magi's! Now the game's over, my dude! Read the goddamn content manual! Another couple of kills coming through. Why not? Leona gets locked in. Tanky allows you to reach something like that. Smolder, perhaps they were thinking, look, if we don't lock in the Leona, we might just give Smolder a free team fight. Walk up and threaten a kill. Setup, no teleport to come back in. The flash flown earlier is going to... The flash blown earlier, not flown earlier. Is going to force him down to over a 10 CS deficit. Xiaofeng gets himself a... surviving long enough for the shockwave to come in. It's kind of like... oh, was it Emil Heskey for... Hang on, there we go. Holding, that's the strike or whatever it is. Flashing forwards. There is still no flash for a couple of seconds on the Annie. Don't even need the shockwave. I think they were afraid that the flash was coming up now. It's coming up in about 2 seconds. It is up now. If it had been delayed a little longer, so that would have made the difference. God damn. Xiaofeng with the Emil Heskey play. the holding midfielder, whatever it is. But you walk up and you, hang on a second. That's an ult from Sion. Not sure that's really what they wanted it to be. It's going to ping onto Leon. It's not bad damage, you know. That's actually not bad at all. And they have the Nocturne. No flash on the Pantheon. Yeah, he's just dead. Both globals pulled out from Xiaofeng, Aki, and then I suppose Hoya as well. It's even longer range than the other two, so that was the true global hit. They're all semi-globals. Comes out to 1 for 1. I guess it is the easy way into River. Can you actually hold on to that choke point, though? Yeah, maybe you can, actually. Xiaofeng can pull the dragon out a little bit. Don't want to walk too far up here. Now they're walking forwards. Aki. Okay. Flashes out of the shockwave. Hai Chao maybe should have just waited for the flash. You didn't have full CC there. TC chain wasn't going to come in. Smolder's going to hit 2 with his ultimate. Not the worst. Time forces the flash out. Aki repositioning a little bit with that ult potentially. Xiaofeng caught out, jumping into the middle. Now is Aki. Chooses a little bit of time. Waits a little bit to get onto that AD carry. Fish 1 is down. A lot of the AD carry damage will go with it. Hai Chao, no shockwave to turn this fight. Zucker will be able to bring out that Smolder. Can he get out? Not Smolder, rather. Again, brings out the Nocturne. Zucker trying his goddamn best. Get to kill in the backline. And K'Sante starts to do K'Sante things. There's no more mana on this Sion. And somehow Zucker carries the back end of the fight. What can't this top laner do? Zucker, 2-0-1. The K'Sante strikes again. Despite the fact they lose their AD carry early into the play. Zucker gets a kind of incredible turnaround. With. I don't have the K'Sante thingy. I started up now. LG, can they get themselves a big fight? Sat to flash forwards, flash back from Xiaofeng. Not caught out this time. Civ is not in a great position. LNG, I don't like the way that they're positioning right now. Okay, that's a blast code and a half. Where's the shockwave? Might need it to bail him out. That is not a great solar flare either. What the hell is happening with this? Rel into the backline. Xiaofeng in the front. Or rather, Zucker is as well. The shockwave is on to Tibbers. What is happening? LNG give up the dragon. They get 1 kill. Trying to look for the all-out. They'll manage to bring him back. Zucker trying to go man mode once more. Here comes the Pantheon. Where are they jumping onto with that? Getting the increased movement speed. Setup, no flash. That'll be 2 for 1. 2 for none, rather. 2 for Dragon. Can they get anything more off of it? No. I mean, the Herald are going to mid lane, but I don't think it does that much more. They don't have any grubs. Can they get the full turret? It's going to be a full channel Q onto this Herald. Okay, mid lane out of turret. That makes it better. That does genuinely make it better. Well, Smolder's not in position just yet. It's coming down to about 2/3 HP. It's a little slow. Aki could ult in, look for a steal. He might die to do so. Trying to hold the Tribro. Zucker trying to be the front line as well. Smolder ult over the top. Gets vision of them. Where's Aki going? He's going in and he doesn't get it. Now does he die on the retreats. Gets himself a little bit of move speed. Well, does he have a flash? No. He goes down. They lose the Atacant and they lose their jungler. Shockwave pulls back the attitude. Disaster. As he's even delivered Zucker into the backline. Can they find more kills with this? Potentially. 1xN has the 225. Can he get himself any more damage? A flick back onto him. The Atacant slows coming through. The damage. Do they have one more Q perhaps? No, they can't even get themselves the execute. LNG find the Atacant and the team fight. Day, folks. He has struggled. He has struggled indeed. And Zucker, what a game he's having on the other side of it. Another fight in picture. Now, you do have to pay attention to that Smolder, who does have that 225. Flashing forwards, the solar flare is not great. I guess they don't need it to be great at that point. Aki jumping on to Fish 1. Perhaps they can catch out the Civ. The spell shield does not block the fear. Might be able to assassinate the AD carry. Ultimate comes through from Smolder. And yes, they will get the assassination on the backline. It's just 1xN in terms of AD carry damage now. Where's the extra damage coming through? Hai Chao might be able to get something more. Ultimate coming through from the Pantheon. Which angle is it choosing? It's choosing the midway through the jungle. Might be able to cut them off at the pass. Doesn't have flash coming up in the next few seconds. And the ultimate. No! Is it going to be enough? Kill onto that Smolder. Can't get the execute. Feather, not able to buy time, has Magnet Storm. Doesn't matter. Will be taken down. Double kill for Zucker. LNG find a fight once again. 4 for 2 this time. They don't even need their AD carry for the DPS. That should tell you a lot about this game. They don't even need an AD carry in a late game team fight. That's how badly it's been going. Hoya, crazy, I know. Call me mad. Perhaps the G in Glacial is thawed finally. Dragon taken by LNG. Put them up onto soul points. Low-key Ovo is playing really badly right now. He's actively trying to... Now, if Ultra Prime were to lose and they go to -8, things get a little weird. They're 1-on-1. Yeah, I mean, LTT, they better win this game for themselves. Otherwise, things get nasty. Baron started. E used by Pantheon to block out the Smolder ultimate. Setup on the flank has flash. Doesn't have his stun up just yet. Ovo has a shield. Sivir pulled, but Fishman's taking a ton of damage. Not a great solar flare again. 1xN does not have flash, but he might not need it. Q coming through from him, splashing across the team. Pantheon right into the middle of the team. Here comes Aki again. Fish one. Assassination on the table here. The stun comes through, and the knockdown goes down. Aki can't see the job done. Haichao flashing out from Setup's damage now. It's all on 1xN with the last remaining DPS. Can he get anything down? Shockwave on Setup. The Annie will go down too. So 1xN needs to get more damage down. Where is this Smolder? He has to back off. He doesn't feel like he's got enough to go. And LNG will take away 2 quick kills. Even though Fish 1 was brought low, I think Fish 1 has had some great damage onto him. Hang on, second there. Fire Shot Funk, some damage coming across. 1xN. Flash coming up soon. It's just on cooldown during that. Kills. He has to walk over again. They walk into River. One more Q, a little bit of damage coming through. A little bit more damage will lead to the execute. Flash forward, but the stun misses from Feather. And it'll open up 1xN to get jumped on by the Pantheon. Oh, Feather. That's a misplay. 1xN not able to flash away to safety either. LNG do not lose anyone, despite the health bars blinking. And a little bit of fast and loose play. LNG should walk back towards the Baron now. Aki does have smite, does have ultimate. Does he walk in for the rest of the play? Quite low HP bars here. Ultimate coming back up from Annie again. Could be another Tibbers coming through. How long have they been leashing this goddamn Baron? His regen has gone back down, under half HP. Aki, no paranoia, no flash. Can he get into the pit? I don't know now at this point. There is, however, Tibbers, and there is also the side ultimate. Zuka goes out of the pit, paying bodyguard. A stun onto Ovo, goes down, but he will trade his life to make sure that Annie cannot get a multi-stun into the pit. Baron taken, Setup goes down again, and LNG will find themselves 10,000 gold lead ahead. And with a dragon, which would give them soul in a minute. One item burst combo, but I just don't think it's got value in this game. Chemtech soul will go to LNG, and now the fast and loose play, if it does come through, a little easier to play around. You get extra damage when you're below 50% HP, and of course, extra damage. We're about to get some more XP from just a little bit more minion XP. 80 carries, level there too. Well, it's one of our only first 3 series here today, folks. We have WE Top Esports coming up next, then Weibo IG for our last series of the day. Ultimate sounded by Sion and quickly turned away. An E from from Xiaofeng rather, sorry. Will speed him up, get him out the way. W procs, decent damage there actually, not bad damage from the Smolder. 1xN gets a good WQ combo. Things get really scary. He does have flash, no cleanse for just now. Trying to wave clear through as best as he can. Shockwave hits no one. Maybe that's okay for TT. Perhaps they can wave clear safely now. If that shockwave hit onto people, perhaps would have broken the base. Only 20 seconds left now of LNG's Baron buff. They're 1-3-1ing, trying to push in all 3 lanes. It's not going to lead to that much. It's only chunks onto these inhibitor towers, not the actual towers themselves. 4,000 gold is not bad. LNG do not have any grubs to keep pushing the issue. Mid lane out of inner turret, brother. Inhibitor, blah, whatever, blah. Smolder, blah, blah, blah. Mid inhib goes down. That's the easiest one to wave clear from TT for them, but it's still the base broken. Perhaps they can walk up for a little bit more damage on this bot one. They do have decent wave clear, though, with that Smolder. He's stacking. Stun onto Cassante. Uses his W to go unstoppable. Smolder ult coming through. Not bad. Hits onto 2 people. Shield comes a little late there. 1xN doesn't have himself the Lord Dominus Regards just yet, though. Another inhib turret will fall. LNG actually pulling off a 1-3-1 fairly effectively right now. Saying, look, you don't have the stats to engage onto us. And get some value. 1xN needs to back. Can he get himself Last Whisper, at least? Yes, he does. Close towards his Lord Dominus Regards. Sion ult towards top side. Goes unstoppable. Nothing really achieved there. 5,000 HP. That's going to be like a 70 AD item. Now, typically, you know, Cassandra doesn't use it that much. But he won't turn it down, will he? Stun onto the teleporting Sion. Not bad damage from 1xN on the backline. Solarfare's not fantastic. Sivir having to contend with the Tibbers, and the Tibbers user has gone down. Xiaofeng goes into the backline, and 1xN chunked out so heavily and killed by a Comet Spear. Like a bolt out of the heavens, Xiaofeng kills down the last remaining hope of TT. LNG will mount themselves a late comeback in the split, finding only their 2nd series win. They are not technically eliminated from Group Nirvana just yet. They will keep themselves alive for another day. Outranged by the Azir and the Rumble, of course. You know, I walk away from this thinking, top Esports has a very fragile composition. W have a Skarner that can start fights pretty well. Might just recall afterwards because he'll have... But if he recalls, he'll be a little bit behind. Does get... Hang on a second. Hung. Doesn't have that much HP. God, he doesn't have that much HP at all. Tayin flashes. Can't finish the kill. Hung caught out, but not killed. Importantly, Monkey now... banned for banned. Fight around bot side potentially. Ooh, catch onto Vampire. Root hits though onto Jaculov. And gets a shield on the way back. Ult coming through from Cream. Early level 6. Remember, there's no flash on Taeyun. Raptors. Red buffs happening now. Grubs are alive. Toppies was choosing not to contest these right now. Kanavi could come over, but I think Kanavi's playing for individual advantage, not for team advantage. 3 grubs to the side of W. It's not a small thing to give over, but then again, Monkey falling behind. He's done great damage onto Karis. That could get flicked back, though. Needs to be careful. Reese is starting to see no that he's just jumped it. Well, he's just jumped into a Skarner. He's going to die. Gets a little bit of healing from the passive. He'll die fairly quickly. There's a teleport coming in from Talia. Okay. Dragon's been started up, which is why they want to do too much here. Good flick back onto Vampire. Hung. Catching out Vampire, flying in is Taeyun. Here comes the equalizer. Dragon is stolen by Monkey. And 369 getting caught out might just lead top Esports into an uneven numbered fight. Vampire will die. Kanavi still strong in the backline here. Taeyun does have flash. Will he need to use it? No, he won't. He will just at the end. Cream will die. WE get themselves a huge fight in the bottom side after 369. For that last Dragon, I've not been a big fan of his Gwen. I know he had one MVP game on it, but his early game Gwen has not been fantastic. This time it's not going to be the cleanse getting that much value through one man impale. Once the Rakan will be an easy kill. Double ults invested. And 369 has his ult too. That feels like a lot of ultimates used. Now, if they hadn't used those ultimates, they might have been able to kill 369 under turret. I don't think they can now. 369 clears through another wave. I'm getting a little bit support. W will have to contend with. Jackalov's still very much in this game. Now, he didn't go for the cold. That could be important. Jump forwards onto Monkey. Okay, rooted down. Charm comes through. Monkey doesn't have flash. He has a blast cone. Can't hit it right now. Flicked up into the air. Hung will die to Karis. He goes on the other side. But Karis, you've just jumped in for a 0 HP Rakan. Flick back in. Cream getting some damage down. Taeyun repositioning in the wall. Means there's no extra follow-up. 369. Can the needlework land onto anyone? Double slow. They have a blast cone. Is that going to be enough to flick over the wall? Vampire, extra damage going onto him. Kanavi should get 1 kill here. He will do. What's the full kill count? 3 for 1? No, 3 for 2. Hung died as well. Let's push him for a tower. Feats of strength will go over to WE with this. Good early game from them. They'll go up to, what, a 3,000 gold lead? I mean, they chose to give up the grubs. The Herald, they did have control over top side, but didn't want to stay there again, I suppose. Kanavi now down a full level onto Monkey. Despite him playing so heavily for the individual advantage, not getting huge value there. Top Esports will trade 1 for 1 in this set of tower exchange. But 3 grubs, Herald, that could actually be the full mid lane turret being taken. It's at least going to be most of it. Not going to be the full one, though. Luckily for Top Esports. Teleport coming in from Cream. Dragon alive now. Top Esports spoiling for a fight if they're walking in for this. There's a flash on Rakan. Flashes up on everyone on WE2, though. You know, Monkey flash wall stun can be very powerful. Tries to stop it there. Flick back onto him. Try to get... Hang on a second. Flash of flash. That's Cream's down now. No HP really on Hung. Do they have to give things up because of that? Give up a second dragon? Perhaps just allow 369 to hit the side lane turret? Yeah, I think they do, actually. Dragon taken by WE. Not able to get in towards mid lane now. W popped by Jaculov to make sure he can get the extra attack speed and damage onto tower. Do they get the full thing? Flick back onto Taeyun. That's dangerous. That's really dangerous. Can he defend the turret now? Now, I think by getting flicked back, they'll fail to defend that turret. 369 still has W. Good flick back from Cream. Good wall to stop them from clearing off as well. Full level down on Monkey. He's got some huge value at the last moment. Hang on a second. Flick back missing onto Karis out of Fog of War. They trade that. Hang on, there's a Cyclone here. There's a chance of a kill. Ult coming through. Alright, Karis casting that early, making sure that Kanavi can't jump onto him. Mid lane turret for mid lane turret now. Top Esports lost so much HP on that last one that they will eventually give that down. Live, WE. Well, do they start it? Do they throw themselves into the fires of Atakan fights? Atakan is where games go to die. Flash away from Vampire, because that was Vampire, not Monkey, of course. Good thing taking that flash away. Jaculov ulting early. That's a problem. Flash in, and he gets the flash predict. Oh, Monkey Skarner strikes again. Jaculov flash getting the predict, and now I don't think that we have anything to worry about this Atacon. How did Top Esports fight it without an AD carry? Gwen's teleporting in, realizing, well, we've got to go for this anyway. Hoping that they can take the Atacon damage, do something about it. Kanavi looking potentially for a smite fight, jumping in. W's good from 369. Kill onto the Nico. Atacon goes to WE, but where's the extra damage coming through? 369 can't do enough in the backline. No smite came through. What's the fight kill count right now? Well, with Jaculov dead, 2 for 2. With Jaculov dying before. I think Kanavi makes a big mistake not going over the Nico ultimate. Will get themselves Atacon, they'll get themselves a fight, they'll get themselves a soul points, potentially as well. Trying to go on to Taeyoon. Does he have himself? No, he doesn't. Wow, they're both going to die. Jaculov coming back with the vengeance. Can't get the smite. It's going to go down to Top Esports. No soul point for WE. They overstay. Fall through the flash after. So Jaculov, bad pathing. Not great reaction either. Then right here, I think Kanavi makes a huge mistake. Cube's going to die on the sideline. That's a huge problem for him too here, actually. In picture. Yeah, I think Kanavi makes a mistake not flashing over the wall and the minefield and going in for a cyclone. I think that could have made a huge difference there, because 369 had an awesome angle in W. So suddenly, not bad from Top Esports. Let's get a kill while we're in the picture. We just mentioned that Kanavi, he does have flash. Impale this time, not working out. Taeyoon does have ult. Don't think he wants to follow that one, though. And of course, Invictus Gaming, who are coin flip central. Yeah, I think you can make an argument that Top Esports are still the best of our top 4 teams. They could actually still be our best team at the moment. Hang on, driving through the wall here. Impale is up again from Monkey, puts it on to 2 of them. There's the Nico ult, they get 3 there. 369, not here in time. Cyclone not getting great value on Takaris. And Taeyoon going into the backline. Jaculov, where's he in all of this mess? He's dead. He's dead. He's not even there. Where's the extra damage? Top Esports, they were at a gold lead. They do have the solo laners alive. Taeyoon does have flash, does have cleanse. Monkey going through the wall. 369. That dash wasn't great, mate. That dash wasn't great. Monkey dies on the other side. 369 is just not delivered on the Gwen promise this game yet again. Is Gwen failing to deliver for yet another game? 1 and 3. WE find themselves a get fight, which get them back into the gold advantage. WE going towards the objective. Smite from Hung. Might go for a W smite. The spell coming through. All right, Hung. What do you got? Do you have a steal for us? Can he get into the pit? He's going in. I don't think he's getting low enough. He'll die before it goes in. Just another black mark on Hung's game. 0 and 5. Teleporting towards Bart's side. Vampire flashing forwards. Gets it over the Gwen W. Just wants a little bit of CC. Vampire might die for this, but if he gets 369, it's not a problem. He doesn't die anyway. Cyclone on bot side from Kanavi is not going to do enough. It's another Impale onto a carry. Monkey Skarner has been such a good champion to watch from him over his career. From Jaculov. See them into the abyss. They will be losing this game 1 fairly shortly after this point. Can they bounce back in the rest of the series, though, is the question. WE. How many game 1s have they won to just tragically fall out of series? There's a reason they're 2 and 9. The game's not best of 1 anymore, folks. It's best of 3s has been for a very long time here. Hung going into the bot side of the map. And Criminals was quite a fragile team, but you could see that they could win these fights. But that is because of their draft. Going towards the Dragon now, trying to delay a soul point. Comes through. Flash out from Hung. They do get themselves the Dragon. Top Esports. Delay the game potentially a little longer. Remember, Baron is still ticking for WE. Going, that's a great equalizer. Great damage onto Cream, onto Jaculov. Redemption comes through. Not a bad delaying. Hung's going to die for this. Hung's going to die. Soldiers start marching forwards. Not bad from Kanavi in terms of the Cyclone. The Feather's not bad either. From Jaculov, flash in from Karis. He puts down the tower behind him. That'll be the cleanup fight which WE need. They might have got themselves a Dragon, but they don't exactly have themselves any more HP bars. Top Esports get blasted on the bot side of the map. 5 for 1. WE in game 1. As strong as the legends say. In Xi'an, WE take themselves a lead in this series. We've said that a number of times this split, only for it to end in heartbreak. Perhaps a different game here today. Yet to be seen. 1-0 for WE in our second game of the day. Top Esports will have to bounce back. Just get it over with. Get out of laning phase. Get into the team fights. Alex can also outplay the Jarvan occasionally. Now he's in base. He's been forced back early. Do they go for a level 2 dive? Flash force to the cube. That's a massive stun coming through. Hung might die for it. We'll see. Doesn't even die. Keep pushing in that bot side, hitting level 6. Back into this game, of course. Good gank towards mid lane. Karras completely blasted. Chovy, good angle. Time efficient gank. Doesn't waste that much time there either. Cube ulted on bot side, I presume, to stop 369 from getting himself under that turret as well. Q's going to get some CC under the turret. Cube will die. Not die, rather. Hang on a second. What's going to happen here? Chovy doesn't have level 6. Can't follow forward that much. Wave will be cleared up by 369. Level 6 hit by Jackal. Monkey does have knock-up. And Jackal was afraid of the flash dash in there for the knock-up into a combo. 1-for-1 in terms of grubs. Sound coming into the play. There are a couple of flashes to use. Great curving the bullet there from 369. Ends up getting a great CC combo in. And the dunk comes after. Karras trying to get himself onto Jackal. Jackal going low, but he's not dead yet. Vampire not dead yet either. Cream has a little bit more damage to bring in. And Jackal is taking so long to die. He will go down eventually. And I think the fight goes the favor of WE, actually. Flash forward. The shotgun double kill for Karras. Ends up being a 3-for-2. Top Esports losing the play that they start. What coming in from Karras? They have to peel off this dragon. Now, it's not going to fully reset either. Sion could ult into the play, but he's only half HP, can't do so. WE get themselves a good teleport in there. Great offensive teleport from Karras. Now, it does end up leaving the 2 grub rise to take turret plates. Is that... That might be a mistake from WE. Top Esports, I mean, bad vision control. Briggs and I get a Q out of here. Nice. How much damage? Ooh, good ult coming through as well. Could force the ult out of Karras. Damage onto him. Hang on, the dunk can kill him. Wow, they just slaughter him. He did not expect the damage coming out of the Jarvan. Great combo out of Fog of War from 369 and Chovy. Karras gets dunked. Can't play the game. Tayan's lost how many waves mid lane? You know, he's down 30 CS again to Jackal after recovering some of that. That's actually due to Vampire and Monkey. Teleport in. This is from the Cassante. Herald's being started. Silence coming in. Can they win the fight? This is where the flash comes through from them. Can they get that big team fight they need? Where is that big team fight? They said they've been focusing on it. Good combo over the wall from Vampire. Stolen by Chovy. Vampire gets a combo into the backline. He'll live, but I don't think it's going to be the engage which they needed. Jackal jumping forwards, and Monkey goes down. A trip over the wall. Nothing beats a Cassante holiday, apparently. 369 will teleport back over. Cube flashing forwards. Didn't they see an angle here? Karras is very, very strong. Misses the Q3. 369 should die here. Top Esports, I think you just have to back off. Don't take this too far. Cullen comes back off a cooldown, though. Perhaps that's the play which they need. Vampire gets himself under headbutt, but no pulverize. The Q's not bad, but the Herald saves Jarvan. Chovy uses that, and a double tap from Jackal might be able to kill Tayan. Needs one last bit of damage. Goes down to the Corki. Karras a little bit more damage. Karras cleaning up the killer body rabbit with the sharp pointy teeth will make it into, what, a 3 for 3? Auto attack move. I think he would have killed that. Actually, a smite kill from Chovy to finish off that last one there. 9 to 8 in terms of kills. Almost a kill a minute here, folks. One shy of it. 369 misses that knockup. 3,000 gold lead for Team W for Top Esports, though. Vampire doesn't have flash. He's dead. He's going to get combo down here. Q over the wall. Vampire, I'm not really sure what you were doing there, but this is not your side of the map. The all-out could have potentially carried someone out. In fact, he can still do. That could be a bit of a problem. No, he dies too. WE go way too far. Tayan, not bad damage onto him. Karras coming through, and he's actually quite scary. Good damage onto Hung, and he'll kill off Chovy as well. Q trying to get the kill with the last auto. Does. The burn comes through. Jackal cancels an auto attack. Cream, rather. Sorry. Not Jackal. He's still on the other side of the fight. He's going to try and jump forward as fast as he can. Ult from the Sion will duck him down. Damage onto Tayan. Jackal, how much extra damage has he got? One more skill could actually kill him. Needs to be careful from Tayan. Drops over the Frost Bomb. Double kill for Jackal. Top Esports. Good fight on the bot side of the map. Again, WE just not playing the map very respectfully against the Jarvan. Again, or the Rift Maker. Vampire still has no flash. He's actually in quite a lot of trouble here. We'll get out with a heal. Colt comes through from the side, but this all starts because Vampire is in the wrong place. He combos forwards now, but he shouldn't have been there. His team trying to bail him out. Jackal will dash out of the damage from Karras. Hung will die again, but Karras is in trouble this time. Can't hop and Bunny's help his way out of this one. 369, another slow. Realm Warp under the turret, potentially. Used the reposition, not able to do so this time. Vampire actually able to escape just for a little while longer, but not long enough to escape the supermarket shelves. Bream will live with the Seraph Shield. Top Esports skirmishing their way through so effectively with the Jarvan, Braum, Lucian. Who said that Top Esports had no damage? Who said that they needed to get towards late game? I would like to introduce you to Lucian, Braum, and a Jarvan. Yeah, they'll do the early game damage for you. WE have fallen apart in this game too. their macro, their movements around the map have been very disrespectful of Jarvan, of Braum, of the Realm Warp being able to collapse as well. Yeah, Sion, throw him on there too. 2,000 gold advantage. Early game Sion damage can actually be very, very impactful. WE should have just let Vampire die the last 2 times. He was out of position. Let the cow die. He's gone for the redemption first. It's been a more common thing for our supports. But again, if you are a Vampire Glazer, if you're a WE Glazer, and again, you absolutely should support your teams. I full-heartedly agree with that. And that's a cool thing to see as the things supported that. You do also need to criticize them for overextending like this. Their jungle support, when a game gets a little bit behind, when the game gets a little bit out of their control, fall apart like this. Vampire will die, get slammed into the dirt by the Sion. WE, they have not been able to match their game 1 fortunes. Destroyed in laning phase through bot lane. Destroyed through jungle support macro across the map after. It has not been pretty from Team WE. I said this is an early game comp, but I weirdly still felt like they don't have that much damage. Again, Ryze has plenty of damage. Lucian has plenty of damage. I think this team's got plenty of damage where you need it. Jackalope walking across the map now, taking away some Raptors. 7,000 gold ahead. WE, you know, real credit to Karis and Cube actually having a pretty decent game for themselves. I know that now, Cube's now down a ton of gold and whatever, but Cube has actually been fighting very effectively. I actually think Cube's had a decent game on the Cassante, trying to be that front line. You know, the fight around the Herald, the fight around the, there was one fight before that, just there too. Full push up on the map. There's one ward deep into red side from WE. Dragon will get taken by top Esports. No contest from WE. They have no gold to fight with, really. Now, they do have gold onto their mid lane. Cream being down 1,000 gold is actually a huge problem. Now, I know it's because of 8 kills onto the side of Karis. Cube trying to get some value onto 369. Will W unstoppable pathmaker his way back. I don't know if I would like this team if they weren't a little bit bad. That's true. There's something quite charming about this team, isn't there? Despite the fact that they do have quite glaring flaws, they can make some good plays out there. Karis on a flank. Perhaps that could be the flank which they need. How much time can they buy for him to turn him? Enough, apparently. He's off vision. How much value can he get? Good ult, but it doesn't hit Jackalope. Jackalope dashes out of it. Good reaction timing on the Lucian. Kanavi comes back to peel into the front line, and the flank from Karis is not supported by WE. Karis, he's going to get some damage down. He's going to get slapped by the Sion once again. Karis, the flank is a good angle, but W can't find the engage, and it will be a clean ace for top Esports. Not a single death. WE slapped about in this second game. 10,000 gold advantage to top Esports. Pushing in towards those towers. A teleport out onto the map from 369 once more. WE can't deal with the early damage of the Lucian Braum, with the early power of Braum, Jarvan, you name it. The Sion as well, 369, critical in every fight. Hard to choose an MVP for this one. Perhaps Jackalope, perhaps 369, one of the two. WE, either way, falling to the hands of them both. Going towards a split pushing option. It's not like WE have great ability to stop them on the split push. This game actually comes down to a lot of Karis. Pulling away from top lane. I think that's actually not a bad decision. Can he get that much done with it? Phase rush from Cream puts him under tower. Not great from him, actually. Full wave zoned off by it from Cube. Cube can teleport onto the other side of the map if he wants to. I think teleporting under turret will get him killed. Not going to lie. Kanavi going mid lane. Misses the shurikens. Cream very, very unlucky to not get more damage down there. But also, Kanavi getting top Scuttle Crab. He's playing for individual advantage. Again, he's going to be 3 camps ahead or so, which is really dangerous to give. He's going to hit 6 early, actually. Can he get... Oh, yeah, he gets level 6 just now. He'll walk down. Zed will clear the control ward. Will he contest for these Raptors, or are they already going to be gone? Perhaps already there. The tip has dropped in mid lane. No mid lane support coming to this jungle now. Kanavi steals this away. Goes to the ult there as well. Monkey doesn't have flash. Triple shuriken. Is it enough? It is enough with the Column Meek. Kanavi gets the passive auto attack, and it's a solo kill first blood for the Zed, who was just power farmed in the early game. Steals the buff, steals the camp rather, gets the kill. Kanavi now heading down bot side. Cube does not have level 6 just yet. He doesn't have his ultimate. Not a great ult from Jackalope, trying to predict perhaps a flash. Double summoners from Vampire used, one from Tae. Robs will be taken by WE. Are we going to see a contest over this? Perhaps not. Red buff was taken actually by Chovy because he killed Monkey. Ooh, very close to stealing that, you know. There's no smite now for a few seconds. Chovy walking over towards Monkey. Gets 1 Q down. Hang on a second. Doesn't have flash. Shenol's coming at Chovy, my dude. You just walked over here. You have no ult. You have no W. Jumps out. Flash over. A kill on the other side. Chovy completely ins. Monkey might get ran down, though, by the Gnar. Can Cube save him? In the mid lane, or another kill comes through into Taeyun's pockets and Karis as well. But Chovy, why the hell did he hop over the wall? What did... On the hole. Monkey doesn't have Ghost. Does have the bailout. Stun comes through onto him. Flash charm. Creep, you shouldn't have been there. You just shouldn't have been there. Chovy could still jump forwards, though. Jumping forward from Karis again. Has one last ult charge. Could look for something. Does Chovy want to outplay it? Vampire, low HP. I think they can play this now, you know. They don't have that much go buttons left. The charm does land. Jackal lands some damage back. Taeyun jumping forwards. Chovy, where is your ult? Jumping onto Taeyun. Doesn't have flash. Will go down into the bailout, but he will get killed by the Gnar. 369, Chovy still in there. Shen trying to get that shield through and will get it. Chovy has flash. The taunt will miss. And Top Esports lose the fight 2-for-1, but they do get Taeyun down. I think Top Esports just uses Shadow to the side or backwards. And at that point, hang on a second, Chovy does have his Shadow up. Flash for the handshake. Okay, good damage onto him. Getting away from the redemption. Vampire may go down to the mark. Bailed out comes through. Vampire's burning out, and Chovy will get himself the kill. Taeyun jumps forwards, gets himself a 1v2 solo kill onto the bot side of the map. Cream will trade the Tibbers back. Monkey quite low, but not going to be able to do that much. Taeyun, the 1v2 onto Jackal and Hung. Really showcasing the power of the Yunara here. It's a fully Ionian Derby hit. Shen, Ahri, Yunara, and the Zed on the other side as well. Throw in Varus and Karma. Ton of Ionian champions about the place. Dragon's flash will flash away, so ult for flash, all things said and done. No ult now. Cream, maybe should have flashed yourself. Does he have phase rush? Well, we might need it. Taeyun starting to rip through the damage. Monkey goes down. 1-for-1 so far. Taeyun gets himself one in there too. It's only the support gone down to the Karma. Double kill towards that Karma now as well. Top Esports, they're not fighting well. Cream not flashing in that play, giving a triple kill to Taeyun. Top Esports are fighting worse than WE. The team which knocked them out of playoffs last split, perhaps returning as kryptonite. Chovy, bad shadow from it too. The potential of a a taunt flash under turret. What is Cream doing? 0-3. Awful game on the Annie. Onto him. Well, Karma's dead. Herald has been picked up by Zed. But he can't pick up the eye. He secures the objective. No Shenol right now. Vampire's behind him. We're going to red buff. They could kill him here. They spot him out. Do they know that Renata's behind them? Great damage coming through if Chovy. Bailout comes through. How much damage have they got? Not enough. Kill onto the Olaf. Shenol not up just yet. They're not killing the... Oh, hang on a second. That's the Tibbers coming through. Wow, that's a lot of damage coming through. Taeyun, can he get himself the kills he needs? I'm not sure. A lot of damage onto the Charm, giving him some time to rip, roll, and fire. Chovy gets the kill back onto him, and that'll be a shutdown almost certainly. Chovy gets a lot of damage down, and that's some good damage onto them. Closing a ton of the gold lead, and while all this is happening, 369 is on top side, threatening Cube. If Cube had stopped to defend the turret, he wouldn't have been in a position necessarily to teleport back in. Tower goes down. The feats of strength already over to double. There is a Shen ultimate. Teleport in. I think it's a little bit late on the teleport. We're looking for a teleport now. Oh, that's very deep from Monkey. Do they have the Shen ultimate enough? Ult's coming through. I think Konabi's gone too deep. Good damage. Has the bailout got enough? No, it hasn't. They don't manage to save their jungler. They don't manage to save anything. Top Esports take the dragon. They take the kills. Cube rooted on the bot side, and it's not a very strong Shen. WE fumble the team fight. Top Esports take the lead. What a throw from W. Stop the Drake stacking. Monkey goes in well too deep. Atakan goes down as well. No throw around that. I'm sorry, folks. That's the game. You needed to get an early lead. 3,000 gold lead now to the Zed. This Olaf is not tanky, and I don't care if you have a bailout and a Shen. You're not doing value. I think this is fine. You know, there are plenty of champions which deal with Gnar. You can't Gnar blind pick. If Gnar can be blind pick, that's a problem. Dragon's up in 20 seconds. W will try again. Top Esports need to be careful about the way that they approach poke. There is a chance that they can just get flash engaged onto by Vampire or Cube. Taunt, potentially worst case. Jumping force, trying to force out some damage on to the Olaf. It's the Arius died. Olaf's going to go into the backline. He doesn't survive either. 2 down already. And WE, it has happened again. The 2-1 defeats will continue until gameplay improves. Another kill to finish it off. 5 for 1. Jackulov dies. Cube went in to try and secure that. Top Esports won't even go for the Dragon. They'll go right up towards that Baron, earn their prize. Claim it, rather. It's WE. Another 2. Navi walking around the back of bot lane turret. Making sure there's no defenders working their way towards it. Wave pushed forwards again in bot side. W trying to wave clear. They're down 3,000 gold from the Baron buff, not to mention the fights which happened before it. The Redemption will come in to keep them topped up from some of this poke. Well, I mean, they're trying the Shen bomb. I think it's just been a dud. It has just been a dud. The Olaf goes down. 5,000 gold down. I think other members are going to die very quickly afterwards. Double kill to Jackie. Can they get anything more? They do get a turnaround kill, but it's a third over to Jackie as well. A triple kill. I mean, if they charged further forward, perhaps the Penta would be on the cards. Kanavi dies by himself a GA and says, well, I don't want to do that again. 14 stacks for Cream's Magi's after that too. WE losing 3, taking 1. Teleport back in from Cream. 4 versus 2 tower push. Not sure where they can... well, no, with 10 seconds left on the Baron, I don't think this is the game. Not necessarily. Yeah, they'll... happens there. He goes back in for the Atacon kill. Jump forwards in mid lane. Should miss on the Charm Flash. Jackulov has Cleanse and Flash still. And we'll just start to kill Monkey. Bailout's down. Doesn't need to flash. Stand and deliver WE. Jackulov, the Highwayman, just guns him down. 369. Doesn't have a flash to follow up with. We could potentially walk forwards for a boomerang slope. Anyone pushing in waves? Perhaps they don't need it. Monkey has had a dreadful game. 0-8-8. If it's an 808 drum, the frequency is a low, but his KDA is lower. Top Esports pushing in through that mid lane. I don't think WE have got what it takes to survive it this time. Not this time. Too many waves pushing in. Too much ability to hit these towers. Demolish will hit the first one. That'll be 1 tower down. Can they focus on the rest of it? Good shadow there. Kanavi forcing a flash, goes over the hostile takeover. Jump back to his shadow. Monkey is back alive, and he's just going to die again. He's just going to die again. Flash forward from Cream will seal the deal. A GA will help things out. Yes, there's some resets from Karis, but I do not think they matter at all. And in the Ionian Derby, Top Esports will come out on top. A kill from Karis will give him a last hurrah, but WE, this script was written in advance. Cream with a quadra kill and a 2-1. Hard force potential. Nico, Sivir, strong poke. Double range versus double range in bot lane. I think the That's a dead the Shy. I think that's a dead the Shy. He can flash for the wall stun. He won't even need to, I don't think. Uses the W. Doesn't even need the wall stun. The Shy has an exhaust, no flash. So he can't exactly get away from that one. Can wait. Oh, wait. I wonder whether he could have killed. Rookie has level 6. Can potentially force something out with the, the shockwave. That's a problem now. Empowered E from Wei gives him move speed, and it will give him enough chance to run down the Talia. Good backstep from Rookie. Rookie on the Orianna. Knows how to make this matchup work against the Talia. Orianna is so good against Talia because when you walk up for any of your skills, the shockwave just about outranges you. Also, you can't trade through a wave nearly as well as the Orianna ball. Dragon will go down to Weibo, but despite how legendary he is, realistically, how much can Weibo put up with from this mid laner in terms of him just playing poorly? He's been playing a lot better now. Mako, it's the root onto Tien, but there's no real follow-up. I mean, there is that wall stun advantage for Poppy on blue side. Can they get a flash once to Gala? No. No, he's backing off to Lovely right now. He's on vision. Grub for grub. Talia Weaver's wall coming through. Calm Shield will see them out to safety. Nothing through there. Shao, who doesn't have flash, remember. Flick back onto the Pantheon. Tien will block out the Pantheon W, and it's a lot of damage coming down to IG. Wait, you probably shouldn't have cast that W in melee range. Shockwave will come back to try and buy some safety for Gala. What's happening on the other side of the fight? Wei, if he hits the Blasco, might just die to the minefield. Instead, it's a shot from the Jhin. Gala will live. Rookie peeling out for him, but 2 for none. IG have done their tour of the top teams recently. Do you want to know their record? Well, no, let's talk about that later. Pantheon on towards top side. There's no flash on to breathe. Is it coming up or is it just going down? I didn't check that one quite properly. He'll go down to the Shy there. Kill goes back, though. The turret kills him, and that might be a dead. The Shy gets wall stunned. There's still a decent amount of damage here on the Poppy. And that's going to be a 2-for-1. Ill fortune Invictus Gaming is that they will end up being at least even in head-to-head with every other team in Group Ascend. They jump out of the pit. Chris will walk over. Is there another Q? Yes, there is. Let's get the stun there. Flash ult. Chris will see himself out to safety. Gen can potentially get himself a wall stun. There's an empowered Pantheon ability coming through soon. Xiaohu coming back through. And the Avengers assemble. The Pantheon not able to get the clean kill. Chris, quick getaway there. They'll get back towards that dragon. IG not cleanly getting the kills, but they will even up the dragon score. Some decent damage back on towards Tien. 2 kills on Light Jin. That's actually quite scary. The Collector is powerful early, does fall off later, but it's powerful enough for now. If he gets himself towards, you know, the Infinity Edge. Placed on Weibo. Apparently we're trying people out, so he's somewhat fighting for his starting spot now, if rumors are to be believed. Tunnel under the tower. The Shy. Does he have needlework? Yes, he does. Gets 2 of them in there. Punted out from under tower. The flick back won't matter, but the Q lands from the Bard. Easy as you like. The Shy put to 1 and 3. Not a great game from the venerable top laner in Invictus Gaming. Q will land onto Breathe. Can they channel this into a kill? Well, there is a Pantheon ult. If Mago can walk up and get himself in time for the W, perhaps they can make that difference. There is a Hex Flash being... the Hex Gate being... What's the thing in Soul Calibur? I know it's a completely different game. In a second. Tien... Oh, Nightmare was the guy which had Soul Edge, wasn't it? Not going to be able to get a clean wall stun onto the Shy this time. Teleport down from Rookie. Xiao, who does have Flash. Does he look to get this away from him? Using the move speed from the distance. Not enough to outstep that, though. So teleport for ult. Rookie was an anonymous 100 gift bomb. And there was the Mecha Fanboy 100 gift bomb as well. A couple of other gift subs out there. Does help us keep us in business. The Shy getting some Qs through there. Does he have a W? No. But what he does have is a ton of people in his lane, and they've killed him again. 1 and 4. The Shy getting blasted. Nowhere is safe for this guy. Nowhere is safe for this guy. The Shy not being supported on the initial bounce back. Things have fallen apart. People were surprised in finals when the Shy was insing his ass off in finals. We were saying, look, if this guy is unsupported and left behind, he will just keep... It will forever be a discussion as to who is more at fault than the other. But you remember when the Shy was getting dunked down on by Zeus because he was given counter pick and no one was coming to support him. You can't help but imagine it's not all his fault. Root lands onto the Karma, has flash and heal. Can he survive through all of it? No. The answer is no. Great long-range pick from Weibo. A much better team-fighting team than Weibo. Top lane turret will go to IG, taking the turret score to 2-1. The Shy will claim some extra gold himself, but Breathe will claim one on the other side of the map. The individual matchup stays about build. Protobelt going into the cooldown boots, wants to go towards a Shadow Flame, doesn't have flat pen right now. IG getting good damage onto Crisp. He does have his ult, does have Flash's barrier too, by the way, and he catches 2. Little bit of anti-synergy, but if they get the CC over the top of it, they won't matter too much. It's not great though from Weibo. They'll summon the Herald into mid lane, claimed that a little earlier. Dragon to the side of IG and Weibo somewhat missed their chance to take this Dragon. Herald into mid lane will take that turret as Weibo chooses to let go of that Dragon, ult in towards that mid lane. Wait, can he get on towards Light? He's flashed. No. Doesn't want to commit that flash. The Shy going forwards with the needlework. Breathe has flash. They force it. Well, he's not even going to use it. Breathe doesn't even flash. Goes down easily. Mistake there you have to feel. Perhaps not feeling he can flash out of the shockwave. Xiaohu over the wall. No shockwave to threaten him now. IG get themselves Dragon. They get themselves a kill, but they do defend their mid lane out of turret. Likely taken by Weibo now. IG spent a little too long in that top jungle trying to spot out enemy members. They'll lose the mid lane turret. Not really get themselves a great cross map either, actually. No bot lane push. He did have double teleports to play around that Gala. Not wall stun. Chris gonna get the wall stun now. Gala, how is he caught out here? IG, massive misstep on the map. The Shy is teleported in. And now he's suddenly in a 1v3, 1v4. I mean, there's 5 people around him. The Shy in a 1v5 gets nothing done. Pantheon flies in and says, oh, I'll try that too. Gets rooted down. Breathers had luckily died on the other side for IG. Weibo, though, they get another flick back. The fight's going well for them. There's a shockwave for Rookie, but can't pull it just yet because he is stunned. Tien has another flash available if he so needs. Shockwave gonna catch 2. Decent damage back. How much can Rookie do? So close. There's a little bit of a heal. The Triumph comes through from Tien. A heal perhaps from the Bard portal. Rookie can't quite clean up 2. They lose 4. Yeah, it's gonna hang on a second. Redemption's coming in. That's the enemy one, by the way, so we'll do some damage. Going low. Tien's coming through. Bard ult stops it. He still goes golden. Draw stun again. Tien goes into the backline as Mako. Force low. Atacon taken by IG. Gonna be 2 kills to the side of Weibo there. How much damage have IG got left to offer? Rookie will shield up Gala just a little bit. I just don't know if he's got enough. And indeed he won't. They'll get taken down by Jin and Poppy's combined might of arms as Rookie. Shockwave's not bad. It'll find 3 of them, but it won't find them all. Trying to get the last kill onto Chris. Not able to do so. 5 for 1. Good. Chris Bard's been pretty good, you know. I think both Mako and Chris have been putting time into this recently. And yeah, the Shockwave's not bad. It's just not at the time where everyone's alive to follow up on it. Oof. Huge value. Once again from Weibo. So disruptive. The early game from IG was not good enough. Weibo cleanly found themselves into a mid-game, and now their team fights where they're grouping up have been much better. Now, the disruption from Tien, from Chris, Xiaohu. Reed's equalizer's not really been part of the equation, actually, weirdly. Not massively. You're more about the Poppy to Lear, the build your own wall stun, and of course the Bard ult as well. The fights are happening. They've been caught out. Not really able to form back into a 5v5. The Shy's not been powerful enough to 1v1 or even, you know, of course, the Gwen dream of doing 1v2s and 1v3s. Not really been strong enough to do that. Put 0 and 6 he is. The build your own wall stun combo comes up tops again. The Alt W comes through. I'm not going to lie, folks. I don't think it's changing much. A bit of a frustration redemption. I guess he's looking for redemption in the game, but he'll have to wait another 30 seconds until he can try his hands at that one. The Shy was pushing up bot side. Well, he's going to be found out on bot side. It has an exhaust coming up in a few seconds. Tien, this guy has monstered the Rift. 6-0-11. Has the Audacious Charge, procs that phase rush, pops him up again, and allows the Talia to do... Hang on a second, that's not bad from the Shy. Takes most of Xiaohu's health. Reminder that Gwen does damage, by the way, but they'll cleanly take down that kill onto Gwen. Xiaohu will push out that wave, nothing really threatening them now. You can see the Rylai is really cutting off any hope of escape. Roots. Oh, God. That redemption is not coming in this life either. Take another 30 seconds to think about what you've done, Mako. 0 and 7. Hex gets he doesn't have flash now to contest anything else later with. Baron goes down to the side of... And they did give over Atacon, so it's not like IG have got nothing this game. Weaver's Wall helps push things a little further, though. Xiaohu may be a little soon to do that. There is a Shockwave on Rookie. Ooh, oh, missing that. Maybe just take the L. You could get Shockwave back. Yeah, this is actually a problem. Well... KTN taken low. They have a redemption. Equalizer coming through. Gala damaged pretty heavily there. Not clean from Weibo. Not clean. But even then, IG don't get themselves much. Poppycopter being span up. Who does it hit? It hits the clump. 2 members sent back to base. Doesn't really mean that much. The Shy will spot them heading towards mid lane. They're playing it 7 teams twice. And in the bottom group, they have 10 because they're playing 5 teams twice. That's a stun into an ult. Ah, well, that's a bit of a problem. Stopping the Pantheon W. No dashes here. Tien might have gone too deep, though. Not going to lie. How much health has he got? The good Bard stun stops some extra stuff coming back. The Shockwave on the Xiaohu is not awful, actually. Tien survives a long time and will finally make it a 1-for-1. Light is very, very strong. The Shy trying to get some extra damage down, but all he's done is add himself onto the kill column of Weibo. Gala trying to step around with the dissonance. Move speed. Will dodge everything but that 4th shot. Which takes off most of his HP anyway. 3 items onto the Civet. Not enough to carry in the way that he wanted to. Okay, well, IG, they won't lose the game here, but they will lose themselves an inhibitor turret. The inhibitor very low itself. Breathe, hang on a second. He might get rooted up here. Rookie. Ooh, scary stuff. In fact, Mako looking for that pick loses his flash instead. Breathe blows nothing. Dragon available, so it'll be the 3rd one for either team. Not Soul, teleport back onto the map. From Boy wants to be around for the Dragon. If they can get themselves... flick back. Good frontlining there from Wei. Chris, hang on a second. That's a problem. Stop from using the Heskett. Oh, Chris, that could be a problem. It has the tunnel. It has his ult. Can he use that for disengage? Maybe a little bit. Gets 1 onto it. Chris might die quite quickly here. Oh, he's gone down. Okay, the bounties come over on the other side too. 1 for none. They use the Sivir ult for it. But no Bard now. That disruption is that... Weibo, you are 10,000 gold ahead near about. Surely, you can't be throwing dragon fights like this. Light, good damage from the W. Hex Gates being used to bring Braid into position. The pop ult doesn't land anything either. Where's the spike comes through to the Pantheon? Only 68 HP between it. Breathe, low HP now as well. Equalizers coming through. Damage coming through from the Jhin. The Shy into the backline. You do not want to let that Jhin hit you, though. You won't be able to take down that kill on the backside, and the damage is still in favor of Weibo. Wait, taken down by Weibo. IG take the dragon, but Light is full HP. Where's the damage from Rookie? It's not really there. Xiaohu is very low HP, but he's just enough to stick around. Ricochet's coming through. 4 members alive from Weibo, but with Bard coming out of base. Slash forward from Light. Is that enough? The Q coming back from the Sivir. Is that enough to take anything down with him? Karma is trying to get the assassination. Where is the kill? Double onto the Jhin as he goes down. Gala will die for the last play. Mako not quite cleanly enough able to take it down, and suddenly all IG members find themselves looking at... Makes it a little harder to play things out. Flash forward from Light, and that Q afterwards gets that kill. Didn't want to chance another QW coming out. Oh god, the 4th shot. Maybe wait until that came off, but not quite this time. Baron set up in picture all 10 members participating. Wait, the Poppy's not going to be game ending. I'll spot the ward being put into the brush there. Tien trying to make a difference of it. Oh, they've caught out Gala. Shockwave comes out and they get onto Light. Yes, a GA. The Shy's in it alone. Where is the support? The Shy needs some help here. They will catch out the Sivir, but it's not doing that much. The Shy manages to get an extended fight, and that's a problem. Pantheon has died off screen somehow, somewhere. Couldn't ult back into the play, and the Shy is going again. The wall stun is not valuable. Doesn't get that much for them. Can they get anything? The W's back up from the Shy. 2 and 9, but still carrying. Only the Shy can play like this. IG find a way into the late game. Gala gets caught, but can't really... They can't camp... The Halls of Valhalla after taking that one down. He can get himself back out onto the map now. Is there any contest coming through? Well, if Tien walks up, it wouldn't have been a smite. There is that. It's alive. There we go. QSS for Gala now. It's QSS and the Baron. Now, they can give up a dragon if they want. They have the Baron buff as well. No Q hitting over the wall. Very quick tower killing. Elixir of Sorcery picked up for the Shy. Means he's even quicker at killing towers. Wait, they need to get back into wave clear. They might be able to threaten a flick back from the Talia. That'll be the case there. But now Weibo have given up their dragon setup. IG using the Baron. Tien off of vision, but again, the Poppy gold lead doesn't matter that much. The Shy has cleanse. Will get themselves a shell shield this time. A little bit better from him. The Shy pops the W. The ult coming through. Oh, it's caught Gala again. Didn't flash it. That's a mistake. Shockwave coming through. Breathe. Caught out a little bit. He has his own flash if he wants to respond, but Gala, my dude, you cannot afford to get caught like that again. He's been caught all late game. He's 700 gold ahead. He's a late game Sivir. Has so much power. The Shockwave now used. Dragon now started by IG. But Gala getting caught so many times has given Weibo a win condition. Tien on the flank. Crisp also on the flank. Looking for some stuns here where he can. He gets taken by Wei. Hex Soul for IG. What a bonus that is. Tien can't flash out to safety. Slowed to his doom. Wei trying to get out of that minefield just a little bit more. We'll see him to the plate. The Shy cutting off Light from the past. Where's the W? Does he need it? I don't think he does. The Hex Soul will force the flash out of Light. Does he have enough to chase him down again? He's actually quite dangerous. Is Light, even from this HP, getting himself the move speed and danger no more. Will not see himself out to safety. Weibo will not protect their AD carry. They have to scramble for the base defense. And despite the gold lead from Weibo, IG find it in the late game to find themselves a comeback. With all the picks onto Gala not mattering, this is the most useful 2 and 9 Gwen I have ever seen in my life. You are, without a doubt, the lowest KDA top laner I've ever heard of. But you have heard of him. The Shy cuts at the knife's edge. Nay, the scissors edge takes out Breathe. He was the better top laner in this first game. Make no mistake about the scoreboards. Invictus game. 6 at that point too. I think at that point, they may well... Bot lane. Frostbomb will land onto Gala. He's gone to... Oh, jump forwards doesn't land anything. Wait, doesn't have red... Oh, that's a mistake there, Chris. Chris, why did you step up? Questions among questions. We'll jump forwards. Chris will die. First blood. It's away. Not tracking the jungler particularly well. Control, and that's fine. You know, back in the early days of League, you'd only trade if you thought you had a full kill, and it was really bad if you didn't have your ultimate besides that. Tien, I don't think you want that smoke, actually. Well, maybe you do. You do have the Galio ult. And you're doing decent work here. Rookie, I think, makes a mistake by using that there. Is there a smite to come through? It's so close. It's taken by Light. Weirdly, not taken by a jungler. Mako using the E to get out. Gala, perhaps front stepping here. Tien, very low HP. I don't think Weibo will win this fight. And the knockup from the Dragon means that Light has to cleanse. Xiaohu jumps forwards. Good damage onto... That's very good damage onto Wei. Jesus Christ, Chris. Good double knockup there. Tien has the level 6 and starts going forwards. And here comes the Galio. No knockup from that, but it's forcing the retreat. 2 kills for them now. Maybe a third. 3 for none in the bot side from Weibo. As the initial knockup from the Dragon made me think, well, okay, it's going to be an easy kill. 4th being looked for by Chris. Does he have the W passive? Yes, he does. One more auto will do it. Rookie, no Molten Shield. Chris will take down another LPL World Champion. First to the Grubs. Any contest? Doesn't look like it. 2 will go over easily. No smite use from Wei just yet. IG had a good early lead. Now, hang on a second. Tip has dropped. That is a Crisp without any flash. He'll go very low, but not dead. Uses the heal, keeps himself alive. Worth noting, Dragon hasn't been taken yet. Rookie, gonna get CC down onto. No Cyclone available just yet. Good double taunt there from Xiaohu. Good damage onto Mako on the whole. Light, potentially looking for a full-on kill. Xiaohu might have gone too far now. Does he have another E to get out to safety? He's just about safe enough. Nah, not until the root comes through. Might have another E. Nope. Goes down. Xayah picks up the kill. A little too far from Xiaohu that time. After the initial pick looked good, couldn't follow through on it. They will have... Guys, they will have vision on this. Anyone coming over? Wei, does he want to contest? Maybe he does. He's charging up his Q. Pretty low there. There's no smite on Tien either. I was wondering. Remember when Insect broke his leg or something because he was jumping up the stairs for some promo bit? I do remember that, actually. Smite from Wei on the top side of the map is a little bit behind in terms of XP to Tien. About half a level, actually. Not a little bit at all. Punts him back. Mako gets the charm. Plans onto that. The Ambassador pins him in place, though. And yep, Rakan dies if you CC him for long enough. Goes down pretty easily there. The Shy, good damage back, but Breathe gets it. Oh, hang on, flash forwards. Gala ults back in return, though. Good reaction speed from Gala. Bit of damage onto him. Full channel Q. Chris just uses flash. That's a problem. The Shy looking for that last kill. Will get something onto him. Clone gaming. Gala can't quite get himself the final kill. Does after that last auto attack. Tien now stuck in the Thunderdome with the Shy, who does have a flash. The Galio is coming through now. Not sure that was needed. Q coming through. The Shy, does think he can get the kill? So close. Yes, he can. Flashes forwards. And that Rookie's into the play. The IG solo lane is chasing down. Weibo will walk away. Casting card games sounds interesting, actually. How about card games on motorcycles? Is that Zexal and a Scion? Do you not really care much about it? I think IG have got a better draft this time around, arguably. Mako. Damage onto him. Wei. That's the Sundered Sky. That being said, you know, Tien well on his way to a Black Cleaver now, actually. Herald started up. Any contest? Any... Hang on a sec. Oh, ult misses from Breathe. I was wondering whether there was a 1v3 angle there. No, because Breathe's ult misses. That's a problem. Rookie has the stun available. Takes a lot of damage. He greeted a little bit holding on to that for so long. Mako goes very deep too. And now Wei, he doesn't have flash. He does have ult. Doesn't feel fantastic, though. And there's a lot of people in melee range of him. The Crescent Guard don't work like that, friend. Galliot coming down as self-peel. 1 kill down. Rookie can recall, teleport back into the play. The Shy trying to do his best. Good Q again, actually. Doing all right. But he might have gone too far this time. He's so tanky, but not tanky enough. Rookie has himself a stun. Gets himself a triple on there, but it's not enough. Rookie, bad fight from him. Found himself in a 1v3. Xiaohu going forwards, trying to take down Gala, and will take one of his MSI winning teammates down. Gala hits the floor. Bad fight from Rookie, not going to lie. Left himself in a 1v3. Didn't get great stun value. Greeted on who he was going to target with that. And Weibo walk away with, what, 4 kills all in all? Herald's not even killed. Will be taken down now, but they'll focus, of course, onto the mid lane turrets presented to them freely. Big win for Weibo. I don't think Annie is it. I think Rookie is normally very good at this pick, but he greeted. You could see he didn't want their strongest points in the game. Ambassador does scale beyond that, of course. Wukong to a certain extent too. Wukong's a very good scaling jungler, but... No, hang on. Trying to catch Light. Can't quite do so. Good damage back. Triforce, Black Cleaver, Muramana about to be completed. I don't think IG should look at any fights like this, which is a shame, because they do have an Annie who's not on a bad point right now. He's going to find a Wukong. He did spot him out with the sweeper. Not quick enough reactions, though. Rookie. Not a great series from him, honestly. Well, not a great game from him, at least. Perhaps game 1 and game 2 was a little bit more of a passenger than we like. It wasn't his fault that they fell behind in... sorry, game 1 rather. Perhaps not their fault that they fell behind in that one. But Rookie not playing well here on the Annie. 2,000 gold behind 0 and 3. Jumping out. Oh, that's a good taunt by Xiaohu. Good Galio game from him. Rakan goes down easily. Light does have the power to definitely out-duel Gala. Wei trying to get some damage under this turret, but he's only but a Shinzao. Jumps in again. Not bad there. San coming round. Perhaps as an angle for IG. San comes in like a freight train. Yep, that's his specialty. Teleport coming in from the Annie. How much can they get with that Blast Cone? Good combo onto the Wukong. Will take him down as well. Can he follow up for anything? The phase rush is running. I'll follow up for that much more. Rakan teleporting in now as well. Now that is a problem for Weibo because Atacana has just spawned. They just gave up 2 kills before this came through. Chris does not have ult, does have flash, but can't do anything about it. No smite, no problem. IG, well, no smite, very much a problem actually. Let's rephrase that for Weibo. IG take the Atakan, and Weibo, they overstay in top lane. Jesus, man. Is planning this, or are they winging it as they go along? A healthy amount of both, I'd imagine. Can't imagine the misplays are ones that they planned out particularly well. Dragon started up by Weibo would be their sole point. The Shy takes a lot of damage from the Black Cleaver of Breathe now. Wei's taken low. Dragon's not that low itself, though. Wei's walking away, though. They won't be able to get much there. Instead, they'll use their 3 grubs to take mid lane out of turret. Realize that the Dragon fight is a little bit futile. Rakan will heal them up a little. Rookie's caught. Rookie's court goes down easily. Should not have been there. Your team did not want to fight. They wanted to look for the mid lane turret. Instead, flashing forwards. Good reactions from Gala. Again, his reaction speed has always been legendary. And Chris will go down. Gala can fight. How much damage can he do there? There's too many items on the side of Weibo. And despite the reaction speed of Gala, Weibo hits harder. Massive fight for them as they take down 3. Good reactions by Gala aside. IG swept from the field, and it'll be a 4th kill rather. Shy not killing, showing up on the kill field just there. Still in his passive. 4 for 1. Weibo, huge fight. Taking the Dragon as well. Rookie, what was he thinking? Sticking around on the bot side of that play. I've been saying that Rookie's had an MVP their lead now. They are almost 5,000 gold ahead now. Picking up some extra farm. Not really fight. Rookie. Well, he loses his flash. Breathe into the backline. Perhaps that's a little too far from him this time. Mako, can he get himself a fireback? Christmas has been blasted, and so is Breathe. That's a little too far. That's the clone they're hitting right now. IG, can they find any extra engage? Tien doesn't have flash. He used his warrior trickster. It'll be 1 for none. Rookie forced to blow his flash, but the fight works in favor of IG. They have 3 grubs. That means when they win fights, they take the turrets afterwards much, much more effectively. Rookie does have stun, if any. Mako. Scary stuff. Any 3 grubs onto the towers? No, they can't actually stay and hit them. Weibo will wave clear effectively. Had a very good Severe game last time. I think he was caught out an awful lot. He's been playing a lot better with the reaction commands. Reaction commands? Reaction commands. Kingdom Hearts. I was thinking about Kingdom Hearts the other day. No local gold for Weibo from that turret, by the way. Breathe has flash, has ult. Gala's not in a fantastic spot here, actually. I don't like his positioning. And the ult pings onto him. He doesn't want to pull the ult just yet. Can you pull it now? Yes, he does. Breathe. Has he gone too far? Creep. Gala escapes the engage this time. That's the cycler coming onto it. Everything being thrown onto Gala. And IG do not peel for him. Gala was your carry. IG, where was your peel? Weibo, get everything onto the AD carry. And they'll slam through here. Can they get themselves the Dragon itself? Yes, they can. Infernal Soul goes down, and Weibo get themselves an uber buff. Take down the carry, and IG just do not do enough work of that Xayah. Weibo, clean combo onto him. I think that the combo from Weibo was very good at kind of spacing IG away from their carry. Baron goes down to Weibo. No objective bounties to be taken here by IG. No 3 grubs IG, this time they're going to have a lot harder time trying to win themselves the late game fight. They had themselves the hang on a second flash forwards, but Light gets the reactions back. Gala, where is he? He's not in the play. They don't have that much damage. That being said, Breathe goes down. Redemption comes in to heal them as well. Double knockup. Where is the follow-up? Do they have anything extra to pull into this play? Gala has flash, has ults, and they're currently in a 5v4. Gala threatening a little. Tien coming through. There's the ultimate. Gala could pull that again. Maybe a little late this time. Could trade his GA for it. The feather's not in a great place. Hang on. The GA goes down. Torn onto him. The Shy easily dead, though. It's a kill for a GA. IG do not like that trade at all. Feathers coming through from Gala. Again, just IG not really able to play around the Xayah point of power in a team fight where the feathers go up into the air. Not able to lock anyone down into them. Not able to allow Gala easier. Really strong. He's been the biggest weight on PSG all year. I don't know. There's a guy called Maple who's not doing fantastically well either. He's been blasted a lot. Gala's standing in the Winds of War. Wouldn't normally suggest that. Going towards... hang on a second. Xiaohu going forwards. Is that too far? Xiaohu, my dude! Not sure about that one. Has the stopwatch. Breathe going in as well. The feather pullback is strong. Wei goes down first, though. And the 10k gold lead seems to be just making the difference here. Cyclone going forwards. Gala caught. And I think IG will not make the magic happen twice in a row, at least. Weibo will force us to a game 3 and an 8-game day. Is that the case? Yeah, 8-game day. 3-game 1 just before that. Weibo taking game 2. IG not able to make magic happen. Back to back. Game 3, Weibo, IG coming right up after this. Like a Sansei can dash occasionally over the wall of the Yorick. I don't think he necessarily cleanly wins 1v1s, and that's our draft. I'm going to quickly rush the 2. That's that W. Bot prior from Weibo right now. Gala doesn't have level 6. But they have sort of leashed the Baron. They're going to walk up. Watch out for that Brawn passive. Watch out for those wrist rockets. Dropped out of the way from Rookie. Coming down to a smite fight. Jumping forwards from the Alistair. Gets the triple knockup, and the Dragon goes to Wei. First skill of fight goes to the Aurora, though. How much extra damage have IG got? The Brawn passive helps. Wei is starting to do damage, though. The Interferer, you forget about it, but they're a bit of a carry, aren't they? 2 for 1. Rookie going forwards. Crispy's in outside of his own territory now, behind enemy lines. And that shield, I think that's all going to be... I don't think it's going to be enough for you. It will not shield you quite enough. Alistair coming back into lane. Rookie needs to fix his wave. Mako can come over instead. Crisp will die. He'll be late on the reset. Perhaps they can even gift it over to the Kaiser. Hey, Rookie, my dude, you go back and fix that midway. Crisp is now just going to be donated over to Carla. Does he walk over for a flash kill in here? Rookie will get an assist, and he goes over to Rookie instead, who will not... Grub's taken by IG. Lights... trying to get as much Dragon now. Weibo will not be in a good point of power. They want to fight this now before Light gets back out onto the map. He needed that Essence Reaver. Gala has Kraken Slayer on the other side. This is why they're doing this now. Good damage. Again, that Kraken Slayer, good work. And the Lucian isn't here. Mako happy to hold the front line shut. Might die for this. Actually, might come around to a bit of a smite fight. Skarna's walking up. Do they get the clay? No, they don't. Mako may die on the other side of this, but he gets his ult in. They catch the Kaiser. Lucian's back now. How much damage have they got left to play with? 2 dead already. Light has to be the damage, and I don't think he'll be it. Xiao, who waited so long, trying to kill the goddamn cow. He's not there to help out with the rest of the team fight. Xiao, who will get decked by the dog, and Weibo lose a huge fight, and this all came off of the cancelled recall onto Light and Crit. Everything to IG at the end of it. We explained it as it happened. Well, he didn't get that first item. He's not necessarily able to do that much. All out coming onto on top side right now. He doesn't have the Maiden, so his damage is a lot less. Another Q lands, flashing over, realizes there's not much mana left on the Yorick either. Breed sees a key kill angle, but the feet of Swift from the Shy. The Shy, more like the sidestep. Does he have enough mana? Another one dodged. He needs one more Q, and he can't quite find it. Just needs one left. The Shy sidesteps everything. Shy has that one item now. He still has Flash. He has the Maiden now. Getting jumped on by Xiaohu. He might... if Brawn passive gets on him, he might die here. Is there a teleport coming in? Is anyone roaming? No, he's on his own. IG are leaving him. They don't want to send people down here. They are taking a lot of time to kill him. Finally get the shotgun. They use the Brawl. Almost got the redemption in as well. The Shy buying a lot of time. He has teleport. Chooses not to burn that Flash. And Herald will die on the top. Culling pulled in the mid lane, healing used to get some move speed through it. Fighting the bot side River, tanking up from the Skarner, and the Braum is good for now. Rookie does get hit by the Aurora redemption coming through. Removes a lot of that chunk a little bit early. Doesn't get that much value onto everyone. Is everyone here? Yeah, there's also a Herald in mid lane, by the by. Weibo probably need to deal with that. They're losing a lot of HP. Mako still has his ult. If they jump onto him, they won't get that much value. Rookie loses half his HP. Heal use from Chris now. A lot of chunk, no one dead. Wei going in on the Neferi, knocked up, but the Kaiser Q follows. Wei jumping forwards again. The shotgun getting some damage back from the Aurora. Tien getting blasted on the other side, though. All out. Well, I don't think it's going to even be that much, though. All off, all out, more like 50% off. Breathe, gets himself a little bit of damage. He'll bleed out. A triple kill to Kaiser on the other side of the fight. IG get 4 kills for none so far, and the Shy might just chase down for another one. Xiaohu flashing away, slow missing, but Xiaohu's now very, very far behind enemy lines, and I don't think he's got the staying power for this one. Has a little bit of mana to work with, but the Shy, all he'll have to do is just jump over, and Mako will find him. The Shy kills him with the ghouls. 5 for none. Clean ace, slightly delayed. Inner turret taken, dragon taken. Everything belongs to IG. Yep, they will see that. Breathe, caught in the baby cage again. The Shy, not at 2 items just yet, but God, who needs them, really? Didn't need an ultimate either, did he? Knockup coming in from Maker. Rookie firing from over the wall. The Redemption actually going to do some damage as well, by the way. Yep, it does some of that. Chris taken low. Prompt secured by Tien. That'll be the grand tally of it. It's the only casualty. We are really ARAMing today, aren't we? Except it's not mid. This is... Okay, well... Okay, we won't say that. Atacon now started off. Atacon, often the place where games go to die. Weibo are not given any entry into this, though. Great elongated defense from IG, not letting them anywhere close to the pit. Intercon, not today. A lot cleaner from teams today on the whole. No, I say that earlier. It wasn't so great either, was it? Thinking about it. All right. W's landing. There is... the W upgrade has come through from Kai'Sa now. Yeah. Has the AP components of the Nash's too, so can keep pinging through for poke. He's had 3 in a row hit, 4 in a row now. Yeah, doing quite well there, isn't he? Shy. Throwing that morning mist forward again. And look how far Weibo are pushed back out of their own jungle. Shotgun lands. That's the Dark Procession. Has to jump out. Good damage coming in from Rookie. And the Spell Flux starts bouncing. Gala can fly in anytime he wants. The Maiden does die. God damn, that Spell Flux hurts. Where's the next W from Gala? Next bit of plasma could be the end of everything. Gala has it applied. Another knockup comes through. And Weibo simply do not have the damage or the HP. There's still a Kai'Sa ultimate to be thrown. No one's got any plasma on them, though. That'll help. Breathe, flashing away. Mako will live just about. Rookie goes golden, and there's a kill on the other side as Gala finally pulls the killer instinct. Clean ace. No dead for IG. No casualties. And they'll find themselves with 3 grubs pushing in towards mid lane. Weibo have been dominated in game 3. Not close at all. Not really. Rookie will push in for the inhibitor turret. No support even needed. Cloud Soul for them. Again, a perfect objective game. No grubs was there for both of them. 21 and 22. Rookie going golden to survive on the other side. Baron is alive. Is there Impale to be used? No. Probably not. Perhaps. Don't think it'll make much of a difference. Yeah, there's a 2-man Impale. Doesn't feel like it makes that much difference. And the Shy comes into the backside of the fight. Way going low, but not going down. Again, Weibo not able to find a single kill. Oh, poor Weibo. Alas, the poor Weibo, they'll get one. Mako gives sword over to Light. The ghouls! The ghouls, the ghouls, the ghouls. Not enough. Light will find himself on the long journey home, walking his way back the hard way. Where there's a will, there's a Weibo, but there's no will here today. Consistently inconsistent. Threw a gold lead earlier on, claimed another one, and this one couldn't find one at all. The full house of sad results for Weibo. Jump forwards from the Teferi. The daggers go flying. Gala will flash out of the fountain, but not before taking 2 into the dark, dark waters of the River Styx. Invictus Gaming will end off today 2-1. Weibo will be sent to 5-7 in series score.